Hello, friends. It's John Clan Third with episode 134 of Shadow and Flame with Magic podcast. And today we're going to review Deadpool Volume 6, Issue 14. So let's get to it. And this is during Civil War II. It came out in August 2016. The writers Jerry Duggan, I really like, penciler Mike Hawthorne, inker Terry Ballett, colorist Jordi Belair, letter Risi Joe Bazzino, cover artist is Raphael Albuquerque and Dave McKay. Assistant editors Heather Antos, Jordan D. White's the editor, Axel Alonso's editor-in-chief, Dan Buckley's the publisher, Joe Quesada's chief creative officer, and Alan Fine is the executive producer. Deadpool, Avenger, Assassin, Superstar, Smelly Person, possibly the world's most skilled mercenary, definitely the world's most annoying. Wade Wilson was chosen for a top secret government program that gave him a healing factor, allowing him to heal from any wound. Somehow, despite making his money as a gun for hire, Wade has become one of the most beloved heroes in the world. I won't say he's technically an uncanny Avenger, but maybe he's a secret Avenger as well. Recently, Wade has put together a team called the Mercs for Money, ostensibly to take mercenary jobs for money. Unfortunately, with Wade more and more concerned with his Avengers team, the money has not been too forthcoming for the Mercs. And oh my gosh, I'm having a vision of the future. This might be a problem. In Civil War II is the quick recap from Off the Dome is the sequel to Civil War, naturally, but this time it's Iron Man versus Captain Marvel, with an Inhuman who can predict the future, and Captain Marvel wanting to um essentially do Minority Report, where knowing there's going to be a crime, maybe taking the person guilty of the crime would be guilty of the crime and just putting them away for, so if you know the crime's going to happen on a Tuesday, arresting them on a Monday, release them on a Wednesday, boom, crime um prevented. So, and Iron Man doesn't like that idea because he got in trouble himself years ago prior with hero registration, and that didn't work out well for a lot of people. The issue opens up with Deadpool wanting something from his wife, Shikla, and he's finding some hairs in the bed, and she's claiming it must be a new dog they have who must have been eaten. So she's clearly cheating on him, but he's not connecting those dots. But he wants a favor from her. He wants the underworld to rise up. I forget what the threat is, but and so they catch up on some of their TV shows. He clears out some of the gutters and leaves. He's not sure why there's even gutters and leaves when they live underground and there's no rain. Gives her a foot massage, and then agrees to take the army above. And oh yeah, there's a celestial here. And the Mercs for Money are Massacre, Terror, who I know more from the Ultimate Universe, with part of Terror Inc. Stingray, who is now in the current issue of Namor's new series by Jason Aaron. Fool Killer, Solo, who I know mostly as a 90s Spider-Man character. And Slapstick, who I mostly, like Terror, know from trading cards. And so they're all worried about the battle, or the celestial, and they're sort of out of their league, so they're just trying to help people on the ground. Oh yeah, and then the Captain Marvel movie's coming out. And was working at Hastings in 2016 as I got a cool Hastings Like build your own Captain Marvel, and this is just her chest, so there must have been and a right no, yeah, right arm, which I'm clearly using as a bookmark that I forgot about. So, and I want to say there was Iron Man ones too. And so the Deadpool is narrating, "Don't sweat it. The big brains have a plan for this, or we're all about to die. Either way, we're fine." And Solo's saying, "What's the big plan? I have no idea, but it's magical." Doctor Strange and the Avengers of the Supernatural have it covered, which I would totally buy an Avengers of the Supernatural. And I guess this is a good place to plug the TikTok and YouTube channel, Jackal SII, where I did a short about showing off these two images. But I'm also going to upload it to the podcast's Instagram and Twitter account, SNFWM, so you can follow along. And the team is Doctor Strange, naturally, Brother Voodoo, Magic, hence why we own the comic, Wiccan, Scarlet Witch, Shaman, and Son of Satan. Or either that or we're rebooting again. Is that Warpath over there? Which I think is probably vaguely racist, but I want to say he's thinking Shaman is possibly Warpath. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? Hey, the whammy worked. As we see the Avengers of the Supernatural, which Magic was a savage Avenger with Conan the Barbarian and Elektra and Wolverine. Doctor Doom was in there. Kang the Conqueror. There's some other people, but pretty good team. I like them. I think Magic's really part of the 24 issues or 28 issues, season 2 to 3 major arcs of it. So I can vouch for those. And one day I wouldn't mind getting the omnibus for it, but since it's Conan O'Brien, Conan O'Brien, I've been addicted to Andy Daly videos of Conan O'Brien, and so I got Conan O'Brien on my brain. Also, I hear Conan, I go O'Brien over Barbarian. But since Marvel no longer has the Conan the Barbarian license, like it's now a collector's item again. Which reminds me, did that Amalgam omnibus ever come out? Because I was slated to buy it, and then financially, it didn't make sense to spend a $50 on it. Though it was a pretty good deal with in stock trades and um, how like it's typically $90, get it half off. It was 50, and I was like, what a great deal. And because I wanted the amalgam omnibus and not necessarily the Marvel versus DC omnibus, because you have to choose one. I went the amalgam, but maybe one day we can get it again. But it would have been nice. Um. Okay, so everyone's celebrating the streets. There's a ad here for Agents of Shield. Are you Inhuman? Because Inhumans are just all the rage. Cable shows up. Pretty much my interest in this issue pretty much fades away once the magic panels are gone. Vision shows up. J. Jonah Jameson shows up narrating. The city is saved. The mercs are not happy about how they're not doing any jobs for money. Cable has a solution. Oh, no, no. They have a solution now. They have access to Cable. And one of them's like, Cable, we got a proposition for you. Whatever it is, no. Any chance you want to start a new Cable in the six pack? No. We could be the new mutants? No. Well, we're still firing Deadpool, Solo says. Thanks for the heads up. I'll duck out of here before the bullets start flying. To be continued. And this is launching into a Deadpool in the Mercs for Money #1. So I guess they don't fire him and probably come to an agreeable agreement. Which we're going to come to an agreement. I recommend an agreeable one. Um, And so that, everyone, is Deadpool Volume 6, Issue 14, which, let me put this thing back. So let's check out what comics came out this past week. So a couple of comics came out. Invincible Iron Man, Volume 520, which was Jerry Duggan's final issue on the run. We end the Frost Stark marriage with actual tears from everybody. Tony had Emma go to Doctor Strange's house, or house, the sorcerer, the Sanctum Santorum, and Emma was able to finally pick up that book of memories the Cuckoos made for her. Um, Emma made it possible by stealing a bunch of money from various criminals and gave Tony some money so he can start up the West Coast Avengers. I got the distinct impression that he's not going to finance the Illinois Academy like I always thought, but maybe there's time. Neighbor Namor 1 by Aaron and Davison and Alonzo. I don't know, Stingray's in it. So it's pretty fun how this one Deadpool issue is paying off dividends with the writer and a supporting character. There's another under the sea war that I didn't connect to, but I think Stingray's there. Phoenix One by Phillips, Maracolo and Putri, and I really like the Scott Summers, the Cyclops and Jean couple pages where they're going to keep in touch with using telepathy. And next issue promises the Starjammers, so it'd be cool to see Jean and her father-in-law, Corsair and Hepzibah. Um, oh, and then of course the best issue of the week was Ultimate X-Men 5, where Surge and the Shadow, we're officially calling him, are working together. Um, Nico shows up and using a magnifying glass trying to figure out why Armor's little armor doll does what it does, and then her magnifying glass breaks, and in her shock turns into the Staff of One that I did not see coming, and that was pretty cool. Um, we named the X-Men, which is cool. They're called X-Men because none of them are great students, and so they all get X's on their exams. So it's just an overall amazing work. Peach Momoko is a real gem and treasure of our time. And then X-Men Blood Hunt Lord Kinney the Wolverine, also by Phillips and Gill and Burnins. And I thought it was okay. It wasn't the slasher fest I was thinking it was going to be. Like it had some good characterization. And, um, oh, and Gabby was in there, so that was cool. And the son of Dracula was also there. So, I liked it. And so I'll rank the Blood Hunt X Lady one shots as Magic, of course, Psylocke, the Wolverine, Jubilee, and then Logan's four-part series that so far has been you know, the lesser of the five books, and he got four issues to just prolong it. So that part's not great. So let's see what's coming out this week. So we get Deadpool and Wolverine World War III, which I'm hearing zero people talk about. Oh yeah, NYX1. So that has the Wolverine and Miss Marvel, Anoli and Prodigy, and Sophie of the Cuckoos. Too bad it's not Mindy, but Mindy apparently is going to be part of a villain team in a different title, which is disappointing. Strange Academy, or Blood Hunt Strange Academy, which I don't know why they didn't go Blood Hunt first, so it'd be with all the other Strange Academies. Magic's still not shown up in this. This is issue 3, so maybe she'll show up finally. Ultimate Black Panther 6, which I've sort of dropped out of. So I don't even know if Storm's even in that series anymore. Oh yeah, and then Blood Hunt Wolverine 4. Yeah, for whatever reason they're not putting Blood Hunt first, so that's weird. And Blood Hunt 88, which I want to say is a Lady Deathstrike issue, maybe? Does it give me the first comic meeting? Oh, the first comic meeting of Deadpool and Wolverine, of course. So yeah, nothing um too crazy coming out. So NYX will be the one I'm most excited about, um, and then the next ish episode we are gonna do on Friday, we're gonna be watching Deadpool at like and Wolverine at like 9:30 or something like super early. I'm taking the day off since it's having a fun day, so we will make that the Deadpool tie-in for the month. So that everyone was episode 134, Shadow and Flame of Magic. Thank you so much for listening. If you tune in late, please um, scroll back and listen to the review for Deadpool Volume 6, Issue 14. And thank you everyone for listening. And please ask a friend to listen as well as we try to get the podcast to grow. All right, everyone. Thanks. Talk at you next time. Bye.